Dear students, welcome back to the e-learning platform of the GS College of Commerce, Wardha. So I am Professor Humaira Kazi and I am going to discuss today the subject Indian economy. Under the Indian economy, we will see our topic, that is agriculture marketing. In the previous video, we have covered the certain aspects related with the agriculture marketing. Today we will carry forward that particular topic, and whatever the points which were left out, we will continue in this video lecture. So we will discuss today the problems which are there with the agriculture marketing. So let's see what are the problems which are present in the agriculture marketing. Before that, we will discuss these points. I would like to tell you that these all are the points which are the problems which are faced by the farmers during the sale of their agriculture produce. But these problems are quite extent sought out by the government, and the solutions of these problems are available at present. Okay, so the gravity of these problems are less. Okay, let's see the improper warehouses. This problem of improper warehouses used to be there in the case of the Indian agriculture. The proper warehouses were not available. The farmers used to keep their agriculture produce in the mud vessels, in the pit, and the other such type of the warehouses which are available in the near vicinity to the farmer house. But these, due to such type of the warehousing facility, we find that 1.2% of the agriculture produce were destroyed, and these 1.2% of the agriculture produce are not available or not useful for the human consumption. So there is a problem of the improper warehouses, but to a quite extent now this facility is available in various areas. The warehousing facilities are provided, and these warehousing facilities are actually in the rural areas is available. Around 200 to 1000 tons capacities of the warehouses are available in the rural areas. So the problem of the improper warehouses are now sought out to a quite extent. The second one is there, the second problem which is faced by the agriculture, with of agriculture, or we can say the farmers, is the lack of grading and standardization. Okay, so this is the problem whereby we see that the agriculture produce are not properly graded and standardized. Normally the farmers actually sell his produce in the bulk of quantity or whatever the quantity available to the market, but this grading and standardization is done now in a proper manner. So these grading facilities, and because of these grading facilities which are provided by the government, the agriculture produce are properly graded, and these agriculture produce are standardized also. In fact, we will see in terms of this agriculture grading, the AgMark is the facility which is provided for the agriculture produce, and this AgMark ensures the quality of the agriculture produce. The next one is there, the inadequate transport facilities. There used to be the inadequate transport facilities. There used to be many villages which are cut off the main line of the market. The transportation facilities were not properly available, but now this problem is quite extent sought out. Various transport facilities are available. In fact, the Pakka roads or the cement roads, or we can say these roads are these roads are there in the village areas, and these roads joins the villages to the national highways, in fact. So the inadequate transport facilities were there, but now this problem is quite extent sought out. In fact, the rail facilities available into the different parts of the country, and the road facilities available into the different parts of the country. Earlier, there used to be the bullock carts, which were used for transportation of the agriculture produce to the market. Still today, the bullock cart is used for transporting the goods from one place to from the place of the cultivation to the market. But the extent of the use of these primitive equipments are less. Presence of the large number of middlemen, there were the quite extent this problem. The large number of middlemen are there in the process of the sale or the agriculture marketing, and many type these are the we had discussed this middlemans in the earlier video lecture. Okay, so these presence of the large number of middlemen actually creates the problem of actually creates the problem. This problem is what? This problem is that the prices, the the goods which are available to the ultimate consumers are becomes quite costly, because these middlemen gets their commissions in between this chain, and the ultimate the farmers basically gets the lesser price for his produce. So there is actually the problem of the large number of middlemen, and because of this large number of middlemen, we find this problem. But nowadays, there, to a quite extent, this problem is also sought out. There is a malpractices in the unregulated market. Still, these malpractices are there. These malpractices are related with the different types of the payments which are to be made to the middleman by the farmers. These are related with the tulai. They have to wait the agricultural produce, so for that purpose they have to pay the commission. Similarly, the arhat charges, that is arhatiyas charges, they have to pay. Similarly, they have to pay the palledari charges, that is the unloading or the loading of the goods. So all these are the different types of the charges which are actually taken from the farmers, and just because of that the farmers are exploiting. So these malpractices are also found in the Indian market, unregulated market. There is also the inadequate market information. Many times the farmers are not aware with the market information, but this information now is available to the farmers through the different channels. The government has started the different channels, and these dedicated channels provide the different informations to the farmers. Simultaneously, the farmers are aware with their simultaneously, along with the television channels, there are the radios. Similarly, the details are also provided on the newspapers related with the price. In fact, for this purpose, the government is providing the infrastructures of the information, and with that the farmers are now quite aware of their rights and the market information. The main problem with the Indian agriculture marketing is that with the inadequate credit facilities. Because of these inadequate credit facilities, what we find, the farmers have to borrow the money from the indigenous bankers and the landlords and such ways, and they charges the exorbitant rate of interest, and because of that the many times the farmers suffer the problems. Now we will discuss the measures which are taken by the government to improve the agriculture marketing. Under that, we will see the establishment of the regulated market. The government has established the regulated market in the different areas, and through these regulated markets the goods are sold there, the agriculture produce are sold over there, and the reasonable price are also ensured. These reasonable price are the minimum support price which are fixed by the government, And with these minimum fixed price, minimum support price, the farmers are able to sell their goods. So that the price malpractices, the problems or the malpractices of the price cannot be seen there. Similarly, there is a cooperative marketing societies. Cooperative marketing societies are established by the government in the different areas, and the purpose or the task of this cooperative marketing society is to sort out the problems which are related with the marketing of the farms. So the farmers are linked towards this cooperative marketing societies, and their problems are sorted out. In the year 1963, basically the National Agriculture Cooperative Society Association was formed, and the purpose of this is to make sure that the farmers can get the better knowledge or information and the better price for their agriculture produce. Similarly, the construction of the village storage, as I discussed earlier, there was a problem of the storage or the warehousing facilities. Now these problems are sorted out by the government by providing the village storage facilities in different village areas to around from 200 to 1000 tons of capacity of the warehouses are available to the farmers, where they can keep their agriculture produce. Similarly, the facilities of the grading and standardization, as I discussed. Improvement in the weight and measurement method. Okay, so earlier there was the malpractices related with the weight and measurement. Now the government introduced the metric measurements, and with that, basically these problem of the weight and measurement were also sorted out. There is a better transport facilities now. The transport facility is properly available to the farmers, and the agriculture produce are actually sold in the market, or agriculture produce can be made available in the market because of these transport facilities. Because we know that the agriculture produce are basically perishable in nature, and because of this perishability of the nature of the agriculture produce, the better transport arrangements are needed. And because of that, these storage and the cold storage facilities are also provided. Price stabilization, the government actually supports with the minimum support prices to the farmers, so that their exploitation in terms of the price can be avoided. So these are the certain points. Similarly, there is a scientific storage in the rural areas, as I said, along with the warehousing facilities or the storage facilities. The cold storage facilities are also provided, so that the perishable nature of the goods can be kept there for the longer period of time. And the farmers should not be in a loss position because of the destruction of because of the farms produce to be destructed. Okay. Similarly, the National Institute of Agriculture Marketing was established at the national level, and the purpose of this National Institute of Agriculture Marketing is that to make sure that the proper marketing practices can be adopted in terms of the agriculture produce, and the farmers should not be exploited. Similarly, these infrastructure which are related with the agriculture marketing can be strengthened by the government by way of the different types of the norms, which are different types of laws and the norms which are framed time to time for support of these for the support of the farmers. And the establishment of the special boards. The different boards are established for the different types of the goods which are produced in the field, like the tea board, okay, for the production of the teas, and the coir board, and related with that jutes related such type of the agriculture produce. That special boards are provided, or special boards are established, and the purpose of these special boards are to work in the further development of these agriculture produce. So these all are from my side in terms of the agriculture marketing. We had discussed in the agriculture marketing topic the basically the importance of the agriculture marketing, similarly the different characteristics of the agriculture produce, the growth drivers of the agriculture marketing. Similarly, we had discussed the different intermediaries which are involved in the agriculture marketing, and today we had discussed the problems which are faced in the agriculture marketing and the possible solutions for these problems. So that's all from my side, and with that the first unit is completed. In the next video lecture we will discuss our second unit. Thank you.